Salem Poor was born into slavery in 1747 in Massachusetts. In 1769 he was able to purchase his freedom. As the American Revolution broke out, Poor joined the militia in 1775. He was part of a group of soldiers who were building redoubts and other fortifications on Breed's Hill, which is part of Bunker Hill. The Battle of Bunker Hill occurred quickly after the Americans got there, and Salem Poor was among the bravest of men on the field. The fighting which Salem Poor engaged in was so intense the soldiers ran out of bullets. Some soldiers were putting the barrels of their weapons to the bodies of British soldiers and then firing. When running out of ammunition, they turned to throwing rocks and anything else they could find. All this while being charged by the British regulars with bayonets, who at the time were considered the best soldiers in the world. To get a sense of what the overall battle was like, this is a quote from Adjutant John Waller. "I cannot pretend to describe the horror of the scene within the redoubt. 'Twas streaming with blood and strewed with dead and dying men, the soldiers stabbing some and dashing out the brains of others. We tumbled over the dead to get at the living, who were crowding out of the gorge of the redoubt." Salem was recognized for his bravery by 14 officers that were submitted to Congress, which said, "The reward due to so great and distinguished a character. The subscribers beg leave to report to your honorable House, which we do in justice to the character of so brave a man, that under our own observation, we declare that a Negro man called Salem Poor of Colonel Fry's regiment, Captain Ames' company in the late Battle of Charleston, behaved like an experienced officer, as well as an excellent soldier. To set forth particulars of his conduct would be tedious. We would only beg leave to say in the person of this Negro centers a brave and gallant soldier." As there was a debate over whether black soldiers should be allowed to serve their new fledgling nation, Salem Poor was used as an example of why that should be the case. George Washington took Salem's bravery and character into consideration when making the decision that black Americans were able to join the Continental Army and fight for their freedom as well. Salem then kept on fighting. He fought in the Battle of White Plains in 1776, battles of Saratoga in 1777, wintered at Valley Forge in 1777 to 1778, the Battle of Monmouth in 1778, and served until he was discharged in 1780. There can be whole books written about those individual battles and what the soldiers had to endure for those victories. The personal sacrifice is something that we today cannot imagine. Salem Poor is truly an American hero. He is someone who shines as a beacon that to do the right thing, to fight for freedom and liberty, is something to do regardless of the world around you. There is hope, and things tend to change slowly. Salem Poor wasn't going to abolish slavery all by himself. But his example showed many people about the true equality of all people. That color of skin means nothing, that character is what truly makes a person. Salem Poor's actions did change people's mind on black people and slavery in general at the time. In his life he died poor, and he did deserve better in his life. But his example shines bright to this day, that glory that Achilles so longed for. Let's celebrate the Salem Poors of the world, ones who truly sacrificed for others later on to live a better life. To show the world that good character and doing what is right is timeless, regardless of the circumstances surrounding us.